you make sure you put that light on him. But you got
Griselda's light is also because it's because of Nipsey also. Like when I remember when Nipsey was Victory Lap was coming, I was like, man, Nipsey going crazy. But they ain't seeing what I see what Freddie doing. I see what Griselda doing. I'm like, it's gonna be a militia of real niggas on top of hip hop, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm so glad it's back. I'm so glad. We just spent about an hour just talking about lyrical rappers. I'm so glad that's back.
Yeah, and that is a big reason. And all of them know it's older. Like all of them is in their 30s.
Yeah,
and it worries me about.
I feel like that's why hip hop fans are spoiled because we get to rap nerd out and dissect all of these shits. Yeah. And sometimes while we doing that, we being disrespectful of that craft. Because I hear niggas all the time talking, and I can hear it in their vocal inflections that they ain't never wrote a good 16 in their life. And you sitting there talking about, this guy's trash, that guy's trash. And I understand the fandom and the consumerism of it. You take ownership to these things that you love. We love hip hop, but our fans are spoiled as fuck sometimes. And it's like,
but it's also because it's also my generation. I'm gonna say the big difference. My generation from your generation, the big difference is media and social media. Like that's the biggest difference. Yeah. And when you was coming up, you had Stuart Scott, you had Amar Rashad. We had 24-hour ESPN shows of just debating sports. We had Double XL versus Source. We had all these like we growing up under this. Y'all kind of grew up with it. We growing up behind that stuff. So we seeing this stuff happen, and that's all we know. So we only know a world where I'm saying there's the Source magazine giving the 5 mics, or I'm saying that's all we know. So like for us,
I never thought about that.
So for me, like once I realized I was a trash rapper, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get involved in hip hop some way. I'm saying, and just go ahead and critique the culture. Like once I realized I was garbage, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and do a different route, bro. Let me reorganize.
I'm reassess about that, but I guess I'm gonna save that for our interview. Like, I really want to get into you as a rapper. Like, I really want to get into that at some point. Yeah, but
it's a hilarious run, bro. It's a hilarious.
I think that's my only problem, man. Is we got to be careful of the narrative we spread because there are generations of kids coming up behind us that kind of look at what we say like it's important. So if we just saying this wild shit. Like
I never want to be perceived as like an academic, so I'm just bashing niggas to back. Like I got kind of sloppy one episode recently and kind of overdid the bashing on Fat Joe. I kind of felt bad about it. Like,
that's what I was gonna get into. Like the way you talk about Fabulous, my nigga, is out of line, bro.
But that's only because Smoothie be around me, bro. If Smoothie wasn't there, I wouldn't bash Fabulous, bro. I swear I wouldn't do it. But Smoothie be talking crazy about Fabulous. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, chill out. Fab is nice.
And I get it. Sometimes you just be having to talk your shit for the hyperbolic intention of it. You know what I'm saying?
All it is.
And a lot of you have to fuck on this shit sometimes. Because I'm listening to the Young OG mix. This was like, before I even came back from my hiatus, I'm listening to the Young OG mixtape and a couple of Fab joints that ain't the Soul Tape. And I'm like, bro, I get this narrative that he pushing around Fab, but they got Fab fucked up. Like, Fab got some shit.
The Tink series was fire. I fuck with Summertime Shootout. But Soul Tape,
they don't give his albums a lot of credit to me. Because Street Dreams, Real Talk, and Low Soul's Way don't get the flowers they deserve, in my opinion. But and I can have a whole conversation about those, but that's
I bash Low Soul's Way a little bit because I feel like Low Soul's
Way is tough. To me, that's tough. It's tough. That's my favorite Fab album. Like, what do you? That's the album where he gave us the least.
You know why?
He gave us the least girl songs out of any of his catalog on that album.
You know why it's your favorite Fab album? Because you're a whole fan.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why. That's why. Like it just sounds like Hov. Like it sounds like Hov on this whole album. Like it's a good album. But when the money goes,
More Street Dreams Part 2. Yeah, he dropping gems on When the Money Goes though. Like, see, Fab rapping, he rapping caption rap. Fab say some shit that you gonna want to post as your caption, and he do that shit better than anybody. Like,
so
I feel like.
And see, Fab is the reason I'm hard on Big Sean.
We judge Fab by his singles a lot because we forget that Fab talked that drug dealer talk too. I would love to hear Fab and Griselda together.
I would love to hear that. That'd be fire.
I would love to hear that.
Fab is the reason why I go hard on Big Sean. I feel like Big Sean is very much a child of Fab.
Like he was lined up to be the next Fab.
But he doesn't have that. He don't got that. I'm saying that certain thing Fab got. Like Fab is.
You gotta understand that Big Sean is a smooth. Big Sean is a smooth Detroit player. Like he just in a young nigga's body.
I get
in that young nigga's body. Like Big Sean don't even dress like the average Detroit nigga. Like he do in his way he keep it. But Big Sean, like, come on, my nigga, he 5'2" and he got one of the baddest bitches in braids. Like he ain't no.
Facts.
He a ladies. If anything, you should be comparing him less to Fab and more to LL Cool J.
But see, that's not the artist I'm kind of hard on, bro. It's not
you and LL, I wasn't even gonna say it. I'm glad you said it because the way you be talking about LL Cool J is egregious. Like,
man, LL.
But I understand it. See what I'm saying?
LL deserves his flowers. LL deserves his flowers. But LL to me is like, you know, if I'm going to the 80s listening to music, I'm gonna go right to Rakim and Cool G before I go to LL. That's all I'll be saying. For real.
But you gotta understand that they're after him. They're after.
Yeah.
And he was 16. A lot of shit they do, like he fathered some of it, and he was younger than them. They understand that for LL to be where he at, him and Jay-Z the same age. Him and Jay-Z the same age, dog.
That's pretty crazy.
Like,
that is pretty crazy.
Come on, man.
That's pretty crazy.
And people, like, seriously, people got LL fucked up, but it's because people, like, I wasn't even outside then. But as a 6-year-old seeing that happen, it was like, this is God.
I wanted to see LL versus Snoop, but we got the DMX one, which was cool, of course.
I would rather see, I think, but see, even then, he'd watch, as much as I love him, he'd watch him. I want to see LL and Ice Cube. But I think,
I like that. I want an Ice Cube and Scarface, but I think the LL Cool J is better.
LL Cool J and Ice Cube would be crazy.
It'll be better.
Because I feel like they were both that in that time. They both were 16. I understand. Jay-Z, the Ice Cube, the same age as Jay-Z too. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas was 16 in 1985 and 86. Like, I came into hip-hop. The first thing I see, like I told this story on the last episode of Uncle Vic Rants, how I came in there to B Street. Right after B Street, it was breaking. Rest in peace, Shabba-Doo and Crush Groove. Movies got me into hip-hop because I was a kid. I was 5, 6. So I was discovering their music through the movies and the rap videos. When Rap City was before Big Ticket. When Rap City was Joe Clair and Big Les and all that shit. Like, so I grew up into watching that happen. So, like, I have an appreciation. Like, by the time LL dropped GOAT, that's what niggas was like, he can't do it anymore. We had Jay-Z, DMX, Prodigy, all these niggas by the time LL dropped GOAT. People don't understand that. That album don't get a lot of respect, but people don't understand he dropped that shit in 2000 in the midst of Jay-Z, DMX, all that shit. And that still was respected.
Yeah, for sure. And it's all respect for LL. I just... Like I kind of said earlier, as far as evolution goes, when I go back, of course, I wasn't there when he was popping. I wasn't there when he was LL. The first LL I saw was fucking In the House. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw Marion with his leg rolled up. I saw Any Given Sunday. That's the LL that I knew.
You know what? So, there's another right. You saw him on In the House. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, by the time he got
the first LL album I bought. I'm gonna tell you the first album I bought an LL album. I bought one from Best Buy because I love the song with A-Marie. It was a song on this album, bro. There's a song on this album.
That's like 10 or.
It's like 2000. That's before 10. That's young.
No, I'm saying the name of the album might have been 10.
Yes, it's called 10. It's called 10. Exactly.
Yeah, that's with 10 million stars on it and all that shit. Yeah. I got LL's whole catalog.
There's a song on the album, bro. This is what I knew. LL not for me. It's a song called Nicky Nuts. No,
that's my shit. Get off my Nicky Nuts.
Imagine being 11 years old hearing that shit, bro. I'm like, what's going on right now, man?
Hey, rest in peace, my brother James, bro. That used to be our shit because he had LL head. And we was just walking around. I didn't even like the song until I heard it, like, maybe 2 years ago. I had an LL catalog day. And I'm like, hey, this shit kind of better than I thought it was back then. I just liked it because that's LL, though. LL, people don't understand, LL's career has been hit these niggas hard, give them a love song, then experiment. So think about it. All that nigga albums is hit or miss. It's like, it's like Bigger and Deffer, and then whatever after that, it was something. Then it's like Walk with a Panther, then it's like fucking phenomenon. Mr. Smith didn't go. Like he always would drop a hard album for the niggas with some love songs, and then he'll drop an experimental album after like Big L came like after nigga Big LL Cool J came out in a fucking super shiny suit after we was already killing it, talking about she loved Tupac but hated some L. And we was like, I hated Phenomenon when it first came out, but it banged to the point where he made it grow on us. Like you gonna like this shit.
So for me,
I hate Handsprung when it first came out.
Big LA.
I hate that shit for like 20 years. Like I just started liking it. Like
and that's to your point of the generation gap, right? Because for me, when I grew up, LL, no disrespect at all, but in my mind, in my childhood mind, I put him in the same box. I put Will Smith in damn there, but he writes.
That's disrespectful.
I'm talking about as a child. Now of course,
right.
Not now.
Right, as a kid.
As a kid, they actors that rap. That's how I know them. They actors that rap.
Right.
It's Phenomenon. It's Millennium. That's what's going on right now. Right. That's what I know. So of course, years later, I was able to figure it out. But like, I didn't resonate with me. I wasn't there for it. And while with Rakim, with Cool G Rap, with KRS-One, it's easier to just say music because I don't see them as the nigga from Deep Blue Sea. I see them as,
you was introduced to them by who they these niggas being. You was introduced by LL being on Halloween with Michael Myers.
You know what I'm saying? That's how he the first nigga to survive. I know this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like
that's crazy.
So that's kind of LL was just it's kind of different. It's weird.
That's why I feel like I said what I said when I on the last the 2 episodes ago, before I took my hiatus. When I said I get tired of 30-year-old niggas talking about hip hop that they was kids for. But I'm not saying that because I feel like I know that they're knowledgeable or aware of what was happening. Like for me to sit up, I seen My Mind Playing Tricks on Me came out when I was 9 years old. At a 9-year-old, I knew what the fuck they was talking about, but it still does not feel the same to, like I heard Reasonable Doubt for the first time when I was 12. I knew what he was talking about. All my cousins so dope. Yeah. But when I was 22, it was like, oh, this shit is different. When I was 32 and I had lived a little bit of that life, it was real different. So I feel like a lot of times these 30-year-old niggas talk so definitively, and it's like, my nigga, you wasn't even like, you was walking around in Powerpuff like Johnny Bravo underwear, and you can't really like just like how you heard Biggie, like you heard Biggie, and then I bet every time you hear Biggie, you hear something and you go, oh shit, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're still adapting to it because you're aging.
That's a fact.
Age plays a factor. Like people, I get this reputation for being an ageist, but it plays a fact in anything. I was watching a documentary about the 70s.